So Lil Nas X has been arrested, he has been charged, and now he has pled not guilty to attacking police as he walked naked on a LA street. Okay? So, interesting. The musician, whose legal name is Montero Lamar Hill, pled not guilty in a court appearance to 3 counts of battery with injury on a police officer, 1 count of resisting an executive officer. The district attorney's office said. Police said they found the 26-year-old walking naked on Ventura Boulevard, a major thoroughfare in the Studio City neighborhood, shortly after 6 a.m. Friday. They say he charged at the officers when confronted and was arrested. The criminal complaint filed in court Monday includes few details, but says that for each of the 3 officers, he did unlawfully use force and violence and inflict an injury on a person he reasonably should have known was a peace officer engaged in the performance of a duty. Police suspected a possible overdose, took him to a hospital where he spent several hours before being taken to jail, where he has remained since. After spending 3 days in jail, he was released on a $75,000 bail, conditional on attending drug treatment. A message to his attorneys was not immediately answered. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything here about any kind of specific drug or anything, but an interesting story nonetheless, right? So right away, again, this is a decoding channel. I'll try to get you the information as best I can, but first and foremost, I am a decoding channel, and this is what decoding channels do, right? We show you interesting connections with these stories and certain patterns with which connect to other trending stories, and it should make you question these stories and how they're given to us, right? You can see naked. This is the language right here. I saw something else that said he stripped fully naked before getting arrested. But he's got like these tidy whities on or whatever. Okay, look at the language there, because naked equals 35 and 100, like Montero. Montero is his first name. Okay, and this is an article about him being naked. You see that? It says walked naked. Even though the video I saw was him in those tidy whities, I don't know, I guess that's considered naked. There's some blurred images where apparently he's naked. I mean, we don't know if it's really him or not. You know what I'm saying? In those blurred images, at least from, they didn't appear too clear, obviously. But we don't know, especially now, they have AI out, so it's like we don't, we got to question everything, right? Which is going to kind of hide some real truths. But anyways, look at the language here. Even Lil Nas X has 28 like naked, okay?
Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at.
Lil Nas X nearly naked and wandering the streets of LA in the middle of the night. TMZ obtaining these pics of the rapper acting erratically on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, a major road in town, posing with a traffic cone before slipping it onto his head.
Yes, get my good side. Every side.
According to the outlet, many locals called police concerned for his safety. Officers reportedly found him still walking down the middle of the road. He charged at them and was handcuffed, before being hospitalized for a possible overdose, though it's unclear on what. As far as we know, he's still at the hospital, and potential charges for the incident are TBD. ET's reached out to the 26-year-old star's team for comment.
You know, it definitely is ups and downs. I spend a lot of time in each one of those, but right now I'm at a high, so that's where my focus is. That's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again.
And what kind of hospital was this, right? Okay, so this incident Friday, right? Friday the 22nd, Saturday the 23rd, Sunday the 24th, Monday the 25th. Yeah, that's right. So this happens on a 75 date numerology. After spending 3 days in jail, he was released on $75,000 bail. 75,000, like 75. And you see that numerology on the date numerology. That's what you want to see right there. You know, not with the images, obviously, but they go with the story. And again, you see on the left, I mean, do we really know if that's Lil Nas X? I mean, come on. But that's the date numerology. You want to see 8 plus 22 plus 20 plus 25 equals 75, $75,000 bail. Okay. Now, I'm going to completely prove how this stuff's all scripted by the names right here, because Montero Lamar Hill and Jeffrey Lamar Williams was trending right now. Young Thug with his relationship or whatever with Mariah the Scientist. I still cringe when saying that stage name, but she was trending recently, kind of like defending the relationship with Young Thug. And she's got a new album, but he's connected. And look at how they got the Lamar name here with Lil Nas X and Young Thug. Also, the NFL season is right around the corner, and you know, it makes me think of Lamar Jackson as well. And it seems like we get these patterns at the same time every year. And I think it's with the names and it's with the language. Okay, you get Lamar. Remember, Kendrick Lamar performed at the Super Bowl. You get Lamar Jackson, who's about to kick off the NFL season. Even Michael Jackson's birthday is in a few days. Okay? So Michael Jackson is a top character who has been RIP'd, right? But when you get around this birthday, you're going to see a lot of this Jackson stuff, MJ, Michael, Mike. All right. And I have another breakdown coming that'll kind of expose this a little bit more right here. So look out for that one. But Michael Jackson's corner, birthday right around the corner. So back to this Mariah the Scientist connection. You know, her relationship with Young Thug. She's got this album here. It released on the same day as this incident, Friday. And this album is Hearts, sold separately, released August 22nd. Right? So that's the same day that Lil Nas X was initially booked on suspicion of misdemeanor obstructing an officer. Okay? And both of these characters, both of these guys, rappers, musicians, whatever you want to call it nowadays, they're both feminine. Uh, you know, Lil Nas X is openly gay, right? But you see Young Thug, he became popular and he became known as somebody who was wearing dresses. So he may have kicked off this movement. So, I mean, he may be on some type of pedestal for kicking off that movement, right? Because he wore the dress. People, people actually like they respect him and give him like they give him like he's got clout or something, right? But he was wearing dresses, which isn't very masculine. And you could see here Lil Nas X, openly gay, having publicly come out in June 2019 during Pride Month. And with the whole Trump stuff, it seems like the news and the media, they make it okay or not okay to say certain things. But they're talking about like LGBTQ, and people are like speaking against it now all over online. I don't know how to enter here on Google, but like the stuff is not acceptable anymore. You'll see maybe in your algorithm videos popping up, kind of they were doing that, disrespecting Pride Month. Then they're not really going to tell me here on Google, but I'm getting a lot of videos that were just popping up in my algorithm just out of nowhere. Videos of people disrespecting Pride Month, and some rap songs coming out, artists I never heard of speaking against it. So it's like there's some kind of shift with Donald Trump in office, and they kind of condition people, right? Even though these are saying for Trump here. But yeah, like there's some kind of shift. This is what they do. Remember Meg the Stallion? Not Meg the Stallion, Lizzo. They were trying to make it a cool thing to be overweight and unhealthy, and then a lot of children imitate it, which is it's not good, right? And then all of a sudden it's not cool. They use these characters to deceive young ones. Okay? And now, what happened to Lizzo, right? I don't really hear much of Lizzo now, and there may be something else about her weight as well. But anyways, that's just kind of my point with that. So it may just be some kind of a shift here, maybe where you get this negative story with Lil Nas X that kind of goes along with the new narrative. And I mean, when was his last album? Has he had anything going on lately? Lil Nas X last album?
According to Wikipedia, Montero is the debut studio album by American rapper Lil Nas X, released on September 17, 2021, by Columbia Records.
But didn't he have another album recently? What was Lil Nas X's last album?
According to the Tennessean, in September 2021, Lil
Is that... I thought he had another album. Name the Lil Nas X albums. Okay. Is this an album? This is an EP right here. I thought he had another one. I might be wrong. This is an EP right here? So like not really like a studio album, I guess. But yeah, he may just need some kind of attention. Maybe he hasn't had anything going on, and you got to be trending for some type of story. So maybe that's the case here. Even Lil Nas X is from Atlanta, like Young Thug. Also, Mariah the Scientist, who is connected with Young Thug now. Look at the last names of these characters. Hill with Nas X and Williams with Young Thug. So the stuff's with the language. I mean, even Richard West knows. Richard West decodes. Check out his link on my homepage. Subscribe to his channel. I'm basically speaking to the YouTube algorithm. So subscriber count up on the Richard West channel and on my channel. All right, because this isn't a real platform. Okay? This isn't a real platform. This is just basically so we can make videos and our information gets logged in. Maybe it gets stolen. And, you know, you'll see it on some sellout decoder's channel. It's right. It's basically, you know, oh, make them think that there's somebody. So, you know, they can make videos and put their, you know, information online. We could have more data on them. I mean, I'm not here to talk about myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a decoding channel showing scripted news. But shout out to Richard West because there's this like Williams, Hill. There's a lot of this stuff going on in the language right now. And I already showed you Lamar. But yeah, Williams, Hill, even Venus Williams I see is trending again. What about William Ray Cyrus? Billy Ray Cyrus. Look at his name, William. And he had the remix of Old Town Road with Lil Nas X here. What about that? What about that? I mean, they say that was like one of the, I don't know which one, the original or the remix, was like one of the top songs ever or something like that. Williams, Hill. All of this stuff is going on right now. And of course, Billy Ray, his birthday was yesterday, Monday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. His birthday was yesterday, Monday. What are the odds? What are the odds? I'm just going to play this real quick.
So this is just an aberrant episode in an otherwise productive life. To call his life productive, I think, would be an understatement.
Lil Nas X pled not guilty to 4 felony charges on August 25th after allegedly assaulting police
On Billy Ray's birthday?
officers after reportedly walking around naked on Ventura Boulevard in Los Angeles last week. The rapper, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, entered a not guilty plea to 3 felony counts of battery with injury on a police officer and 1 felony count of resisting arrest. His bail is set to $75,000 with a condition of release being that he must attend 4 Narcotics Anonymous meetings a week or enroll in an outpatient narcotics program. In video captured inside the courtroom, the Grammy winner was seen looking at his attorney and the judge dressed in a blue jail uniform behind a door at...
Imagine if they set him up to do this. Like, hey, we're making this new music video. Imagine something like that. And then they have him go out there. And then they come and scoop him up. Say, you know, hey, we're arresting you. Why are you doing this? Imagine that. And then they throw him in some hospital. We don't know what kind of hospital it is. And right, imagine that. And then they just play the narrative like he's a bad guy. You know, we thought that he was overdose. Imagine that. And they give us this false story. Imagine what that can do to somebody's mind. And you know, I wouldn't doubt that stuff happens. Imagine though, right?
He heard the proceeding. After the hearing, his dad, Robert Strafford, and his attorney, Drew Findling, talked to reporters outside the courthouse and discussed what they are doing to help the rapper.
Very remorseful for what happened, but it can happen in any family. He's going to get the help that he needs, and just keep him in your prayers. Give him the same grace and mercy that God give everyone.
So don't forget, he's 26 years old. So it's not unusual for something like this to happen, particularly when you have the pressure of being recognized internationally like him.
Right. So, yeah, they just kind of like try to justify the story. Okay. And then people, they just got to believe what the story is, I guess. Even Mariah Buckles synced up with Young Thug with whatever kind of relationship they got going on. She likes guys in dresses, I guess. We'll get to that Kobe connection. Even Mariah Buckles has 51, like Old Town Road, which is a big hit by Lil Nas X. Mariah's got the M like Montero. Look at, I'm sure I've pointed that out before. Montero Hill is his name in Old Town Road. Look at that. 141, 156, and 57. What are the odds of that? And that 51 also hit with the death of Mastodon, which is another M, the metal band. Their guitarist died, a motorcycle crash. Motorcycle equals 51. I think 51 might have also hit. It did. James Gandolfini was age 51 at his death. The Sopranos star. I'm trying to remember the information in my head. He was age 51 at his death. I think there might have been a 51 with the Jake Paul breakdown as he's scheduled to box Gervonta Davis. But my point being, this 51 has been floating around as well. And that guy died at age 51. Yeah, the Mastodon guitarist. And in a motorcycle crash, motorcycle equals 51. So this was one day before Kobe Bryant's birthday. And this incident, one day before Kobe's birthday, it was 135 days after Lil Nas X's birthday. And Kobe Bean Bryant equals 135. All right. And if you look at my last breakdown, Philadelphia connections, a lot of Philadelphia stuff going on. You see the April 9 birthday for Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X does have a large mural dedicated to him in Philadelphia. This is a neighborhood called Gayborhood. That's interesting. You know what's amazing? I just caught located at 1338 Cypress Street. Doesn't Cypress sound like Cyrus? Oh my God, what a fake world. What a fake world, man. Everything's with the language. Everything seems to happen by the language. Don't forget Kobe Bryant had the coach Phil Jackson, like Philadelphia. Kobe born in Philadelphia. It's a fake world, man. Fake world. This mural to celebrate his status as a LGBTQ plus icon, which may not be such a trendy thing now. Once they get the little ones influenced, they flip it, right? So that may be what's going on here with this negative story, because he was kind of a symbol of a lot of that stuff, right? Now it's not so cool, not so trendy. So what's a result? These characters, they show the consequences, and this all goes downhill.
Rapper Lil Nas X was arrested this morning in
all that music.
Witness News has learned officers responded to a call of a nude man walking the street on Ventura.
25. Didn't they just say he was 26? in that other one.
But have not heard back. Rapper Lil
Man, is even the news fake? We have a newscaster out here who looks just like that. These are just actors. And even that news lady looks like Christina Carilla right there. You know, they're probably related also. They're probably that's I think that's Fox 10 out here where I'm at.
Rapper Lil Nas
They do look very similar. Similar type of look. Anyways, I guess that means it's time for me to go. I just want to make sure I covered everything. Who is Lil Nas X related to? He kind of looks like a few different people out there. Do you like that thumbnail? A thumbnail hit? I think it does. There's probably more going on here with these numbers, but there's only so much I can present, right? I just want to look down the article because they have updated the article. They have updated the article as he pleads not guilty. And this has got to be all AI right here, huh? Like they're going to have a photo of him behind the door at jail. He's got that butterfly everywhere. You know, do your own research on that. All right, and then they go over his accomplishments. Oh, look, there's O'Connor. There's, yeah, my name right there. Best known for Old Town Road. So this may be just revolving around that success. Look at all of this symbolism going on here. Right? So, you know, that's my breakdown on this story. Lil Nas X pleads not guilty to attacking police officers as he walked naked on a LA street. We'll see what comes of this. Is there going to be something new that happens with him? I was trying to research an album or something. I thought that he had one. Maybe he does. But we'll see what happens with this character. Let's expect some more news surrounding him. Okay, so let's keep our eyes open. Until then, and until next time, peace.